Differentials. We're going to show you a few tips on how to build a differential. One of the main things is get your parts laid out on a cloth, towel, and make sure you have all the pieces you need to assemble it. First, we're going to start with the paper gasket, and what I do is I put some black grease on my fingers. This is a paper gasket, and I just rub it in like that. Kind of seals it up a little bit, a little protection. Pull over. This has got locators for the paper gasket. Slide the two pieces over like that. Voila, paper gasket is inserted. Next thing is you have your out drive. There's a shim that goes on the out drive. Stick that on. We also have a rubber O-ring that was installed and a grease ring. Take your black grease, put a little bit in there, roll it around. There you go. Want to seal that up. Make sure that doesn't seize in the diff half. Next, we're going to take the out drive, stick it through. Take our O-ring that goes down in the diff half, put black grease on it. Put that between our fingers. Press out the diff half a little bit, stick into your finger so it's easy. Just lay that down inside there, push the out drive through, and the O-ring is in there. We're going to take the washer that goes behind the sun gear, lay it on top of there, take your pliers, press that down, get the pin that goes through the out drive. You're going to have to line it up. There's going to be an open side, and we're going to slide that in. Kind of a tricky piece. Get the pin 50-50 inserted into the out drive. Take our sun gear, put that on there. Then the next step would be taking your diff oil and filling it, a quarter of the way. This way it can run in there. We didn't want to put the planet gears in yet, so you fill it up. 3000 Lucas Oil factory team diff oil. We want to make sure that the cross member on the pin is laying down flat. As you can see on the pin, where the planet gears are, they have to connect. So lay the first one in there. You're going to take the top one, roll it over so it's laying down flat. Lay it across there. Press in the middle, spin the out drive, and then they mate. So we've got some lube in there. We're going to fill it up a little bit more. This is a trial and error when you get better familiar with your product. Let gravity take its toll and it'll suck it into the crevices that are unexposed. Another thing that I'll do is where the pins are, it's hard to get diff fluid in there. I'll take the nozzle and just stick it right over the top. Add some down in there, a little drop. And I think everybody has their own special way of building a diff. Set the diff down with the diff fluid, let gravity take its effect, and we'll work on the other side. Pull out our diff half. We're going to put a little black grease on the grease ring and the O-ring. We've already got the O-ring greased up, put in there just like the other half. Bearings on, of course. Put that through. Get our washer. Make sure, I know this seems like a small thin piece, and if it's not in there, well, your diff will grenade on the inside. You definitely don't want to do that. Take the pin. You can usually use your fingers. Let's see if I got the skills. And I don't. So we'll take our pliers, push that through, get it centered up. .50-50 in the out drive. Gonna put the sun gear on. That's that side. Now we're gonna go back, see how we're looking. The diff fluid should be a little bit, let's say half on the planet gear in this diff. That seems to be what I've been doing, and it's pretty hard to point out. We'll take one of our factory team tips. So you can see the top is exposed and then half the gear has diff fluid on it. We're going to take the two. What I do is this has locator, male locator into the female. Line them up next to each other, roll this up and over, spin it, and you have the diff. Another point that we're going to do, we're going to grab our Makita with the 1.5 tip. Main thing when using this, you can see my clutch is set to 3 from a previous build. Go down to 1. And when it's new, you're going in super slow. You don't want to hold this wide open and get the screw hot and strip out the plastic. So I just snug it up. I'm going to do a star pattern. Should be okay. Go across here. And I don't want to go in and use the clutch yet, so the screw will cool off. You go in too fast, you're going to strip it out. Get it snug. Take your time, no rush. And then we'll go back. Boom. And that is how a diff is built.